Section 5.3, such a question, how do you add or subtract polynomials? How do you multiply polynomials? Not a just section about polynomials. Remember, polynomials just, we study quadratics. Quadratics anything to the x squared, and polynomials anything beyond x squared. So x cubed, x to the fourth, x to the fifth, so on and so forth. So find the sum or difference. Sum is pretty easy. You just combine like terms. You can rewrite it with like terms, or you can just kind of underline them, like 2x cubed plus 1x cubed is 3x cubed. Negative 5x squared plus 6x squared is 1x squared. 3x, there's only one x term, so you can just write 3x. And negative 9 plus 11 is positive 2. Okay? And that would be the answer. Pretty easy when you add. Okay? Now when you subtract, what I like to do, just like we've always done, is distribute the negative to each part. So I rewrite the first one without the parentheses. 8x cubed minus x squared minus 5x plus 1. But basically when I distribute the negative, just changes the sign. So negative 3x cubed, negative 2x squared plus x minus 7. Then from there, you just combine like terms. You got 8x cubed, negative 3x cubed, and then it's the same as a. That'd be 5x cubed. Negative x squared minus 2x squared is negative 3x squared. Negative 5x and plus x is negative 4x. And then 1 minus 7 is negative 6. And that would be the answer. Okay? So I encourage you. You could probably subtract without distributing the negative. I just think it's easier. A lot of people make a mistake if they don't do this. They do negative 5 minus x and get negative 6x. But that minus negative makes that a positive x, and that's where it's easy to make mistakes. So I say distribute that negative to each thing, get rid of the parentheses, then combine like terms. So product polynomials, this is something we've done before. It's distributed property pretty much. We're going to distribute w to each part. Okay. So we got w squared, or w squared, w times w squared is w cubed. W times 6w is 6w squared. W times negative 11 is negative 11w. Okay, and then we got to distribute the 4 to each part. Let me go back. That's fine. That's 11. Okay, so 4 times w is 4w squared. 4 times 6w is 24w. And 4 times negative 11 is negative 44. Okay, so then we just combine like terms. There's only one w cubed. 6w squared and 4w squared make 10w squared. Negative 11w plus 24w equals 13w. And there's only negative 44 at the end. Okay, so pretty easy. Just distribute, combine like terms. Pretty much it. Okay, this one's a little bit harder. One thing you could do is set up a 3x3 box. Some people like to do that, or you can just distribute. I'm just going to distribute each part to each one. So I'm going to distribute negative d squared to all of them, then 4d to each one, then 3 to each one, then combine like terms. But there are other ways to do it. We could talk about those in class if this is confusing. So that'd be negative 3d to the fourth. That'd be 7d cubed. And that would be negative 6d squared. Okay. Now I go to the next one. 4d times 3d squared would be 12d squared. 4d times negative 7d would, actually, let's check that. That'd be 4d. Let's go back. That would be 4d times 3d squared would be 12d cubed. 4d times negative 7d would be negative 28d squared. And oh, crap. Start messing up. All right. That was a square. That was 12d cubed. That was negative 28d squared. Okay, and then 4d times 6 would be 24d. Okay, then we go to the last one. 3 times 3d squared would be 9d squared. 3 times negative 7d would be negative 21d. And 3 times 6 would be 18. Okay. Then from there, you just combine like terms, okay? There's no other d to the fourth, so negative 3d to the fourth. 7d cubed and 12d cubed would be 19d cubed. No other d cubed. You got negative 6d squared minus 28d squared. That'd be negative 34d squared plus 9d squared. Negative 34 plus 9 is negative 25d squared. Okay. And then we have 24d minus 21d, which would be 3d. And then we have 18. That would be our answer. Again, and you might want to double check, see if I made mistakes on this, but you get the picture of how you're supposed to do this. It's pretty much just distribute property over and over and over again. Very easy to make mistakes. Again, this isn't very difficult. It just takes a long time to do these type of problems. You won't have many of these you have to do, but you need to be able to do at least one or two on a test or something like that. Again, the same type of problem. Now, what I would do on this one is pick 2 to FOIL. I usually pick the last 2 because then it looks like the problem we had in example 1 earlier, or example 2C, or example 2A. So I'd pick these 2 and FOIL and then distribute at the end. So I keep this one as x plus 1. Then I FOIL this one. So I get x squared. Not bad. X squared. And then x times 3 is 3x. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. So that'd be negative 4x. I can always just combine the middle terms in problems like these. Then the last one, negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. Okay, so we FOILed the last 2, and now you would just distribute, x to each part. So x times x is x cubed, or x times x squared is x cubed. X times negative 4x squared. X times negative 21 is negative 21x. Then I go to the 1 and I'm going to distribute that to each part. So 1 times x squared is x squared. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4x. And 1 times negative 21 is negative 21. Pretty much just 1 times all that remains the same. Then it's just combine like terms. There's only 1x cubed. Negative 4x squared plus x squared would be negative 3x squared. Negative 21x minus 4x is negative 25x. And negative 21 at the end. That would be an answer. Okay. So you could FOIL the first 2 first and then distribute. I just think it's easier to FOIL the last 2 and then distribute because it looks like example 2A. Very similar at the end once you FOIL the first 2. Okay. That's pretty much it. We can do these in class, maybe on the whiteboards, so we'll do them on the papers just to make sure you understand this and understand how to do this. If you have any questions, bring it back to class, and that is it.